Hi, I'm Sean.
And I'm Mike.
And this is Nerdsense.
Love it. You unfriending me from Facebook.
We're going.
Okay, all right, great.
So we're back.
So we're just talking about how I've been a dickhead at various points of
Actually,
pretty much my whole life.
No, but this is what we're talking about now.
Well, that's what we're talking about now. We're talking about how I've been a dickhead to people at certain points in
Carrie
my
just
life.
texted me going, "Are you okay down there?"
You tell Carrie we're fantastic, and thank her for her concern.
Why don't you just yell, "We're fucking fantastic"?
Right.
We're great.
All right, so we had some
Sorry
argument,
about that.
and I'm sure it's about guns.
Oh yeah, okay. You're lucky I didn't bring a gun today. I wouldn't do that.
So no, we had an argument about guns or whatever, and I just said, like,
This is on Facebook.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Well, I think we had multiple arguments, and then and after a while, I realized I was like, dude, he's putting up another pro-gun thing every fucking day, and I was like, Dan, listen, like, maybe it's a little much.
You were kind of more of a dickhead about it than that.
Hold on. I'm sure that we've argued and I was a dickhead about things, but on that post I was like, Dan, listen, I was trying to be rational, and you're like,
That was loud.
That was really loud.
That was very loud.
But you said, if you don't like it, then unfriend me. So I was like,
okay.
I was like, fine, fuck it.
Fair enough.
And I said, fuck it, fine, I'll unfriend him, bitch. And so
I was fucking pissed. I was pissed off.
And I got a call from Joel almost immediately.
Oh, yeah. I was fucking pissed.
Like 20 minutes later, Dan was so pissed he had already called Joel about it.
I did. I was like, is this kid serious? Did he really unfriend me? I'll fucking punch him in the mouth.
And I got like, you sent me like a couple of messages like losing your fucking mind. And like, I don't know.
Admittedly, I was a little upset. Just a little bit.
And
I was ravenously upset. I wanted to kill you.
And
with my gun.
A couple months later...
with both of my guns.
A couple months later, I texted you, hey, you want to go out for a beer or something? Some weird shit or whatever. And you didn't respond. And so, like, maybe a couple weeks later, I re-requested a friend, friend request.
I waited to refriend you, I think. I was
really?
Like, I'll make this kid wait. I'll make this guy wait. I'm a fucking Facebook badass.
But no, I mean,
I'm pretty sure I did.
But I did. I said, hey, let's go out for a beer. And you said, I'm working till whatever time. It didn't end up working out, whatever. And then, like...
It's the usual case. I'm usually working till whatever time.
But it was...
Not anymore, though. I have a pretty decent job now.
It was a really weird thing, because I was like, man, like, me and Dan used to be, like, super fucking cool.
No, I mean, we're still super cool. Like, if you were to ever call me and say, like, hey, I need a fucking favor from you right now, I'd be like, what's up, man? Is everything okay?
Yeah. And honestly, I don't think
you're like a childhood, high school, teenage fucking. I've been your friend for a long time, so I don't think it would be a problem.
I honestly don't think I could think of someone I was super cool with until through most of my life that if I called like right now, because I haven't like been burning bridges, honestly.
No.
Oh, I've been burning bridges,
but.
I have burnt some bridges.
I have like a few people that I think I could call, and I think a few people that could call me. Like
I think I have about 3 people that I could call, and I think 2 of them are probably right here.
Yeah, and even though that I haven't seen, the last time I saw you was what, like a month ago? I saw you at the outlets. We ran into each other randomly.
Oh my god, yeah. I saw you at the outlets.
I feel like you're definitely...
hold on. Yeah, let me finish this.
You're definitely one of the people, even though we haven't seen each other. But there's like also like Dude, I could call Joel...
We do communicate, like not probably as often as I would like, but we do.
But I feel like we still
Mike
have
and
this,
I almost have like very little communication, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, but I don't think I think it's only due to distance because we haven't talked in a long time. I don't think it's not about like any sort of animosity. I don't have any issue.
Oh, not at all. Yeah, absolutely.
But I did think it was funny when I texted Fury about having you over. I was laughing. I was like, dude, like we definitely had a weird, fucking strange falling out a couple of years ago.
I don't even consider it really a falling out. It was more like a quick little online kind of like fuck you.
But if you don't see each other ever, that becomes the basis of your relationship.
Then it gets a little weird. Like, I haven't seen this guy in like fucking 4 years.
And I think about the times that like we were driving around in your shitty white Kia, which is way better than my car.
Oh my white
holy
Kia.
Shit!
Which is way better than any car I ever fucking known.
We
until
smoked
recently.
so many blunts in that car.
But like,
we did a lot of drugs and drank a lot of alcohol in that car and drove around, which is pretty scary.
Yeah.
But I can think of so many times where I had the most fucking fun ever in my fucking life, and it's just me and him in the car. It's just straight up like beyond anything that's more about Dan's fucking personality. If you wanted someone fun to hang out with for any time in my teenage years, you were the fucking guy to go out with, man.
Any of the stories that I told in this podcast in regard to grain alcohol?
Oh, jeez.
Dan was always involved.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like my personality can be very abrasive at times, but I also have a very loving, caring personality. Which if you take care of me, if you've never really done me any serious wrong, I mean. Things on Facebook and stuff like that is one thing. But, like, if you've never really done me any serious wrong, I mean, I generally have your back no matter what. There's really no issue with me.
No.
But I definitely I've rubbed some people the wrong way.
Can I ask a quick question? This is going to be very... Sure. I don't know, this could be off topic. Or could it speak of the shirt?
I think everything is off topic.
Question. Is the shirt because of wash, or is it literally because they made it, like, wear intensive?
Honestly, I think this has been washed one time. So
what do you think?
I'm not 100% sure. I think it's because of wash.
And really? I actually would rather think that it looks better.
Well,
washed.
That's what I thought too. After I washed it once,
they probably try to make it vintage looking.
That's what I want. And what I'm saying is Dan has a shirt that says Star Wars,
The Force Awakens,
and The Force Awakens is in between the Star Wars logo.
So it's
and I'm looking at it, and it looks
shirt.
very like. It looks vintage.
It's a retro kind of.
Yeah, very worn look.
Yeah.
And which is funny because
I really want the shirt.
I bought this
because I want
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Well, the print looks worn, but the color of the shirt looks mega fresh.
It's not that faded black. It's
very fresh.
It's a good black.
Yeah, the shirt itself is very.
I look very much forward to The Force Awakens.
I do too.
It's funny too because you know how most females probably don't appreciate Star Wars. I mean, I'm sure your woman
Fuck yeah, she
doesn't
hates
appreciate them. Does your fiance? I know you don't like that word. She doesn't appreciate. Well, what's funny? Bless you. What's funny is that my girlfriend, my future wife, was like. I was like, come on, just watch the first Star Wars, and if you don't like it, then I won't make you watch.
Hey Dan, hold on.
Empire
she watched them. She liked them.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I forgot, honestly.
She watched the first Star Wars movie, A New Hope, and was like, okay, I can get on board with this. She watched Empire and was like, holy crap, I need to watch Return of the Jedi. She watched Return of the Jedi and was like, I think this is my favorite one. And then, a couple days later, it was like, no, I think Empire was my favorite Star Wars movie.
Everybody says that.
And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much what everyone says. Not me, though. Personally, I like Return of the Jedi.
You know what's sad?
I love Empire.
Jedi has the more satisfying conclusion.
Yeah, it does. But except in the new version, because I have the new...
That's so bullshit, I know.
Where they put the new Darth Vader, the new Anakin Skywalker. Christ. Yeah, the blue glowy at the end is the actor from 3.
Have you heard the
what was that? I was like, that's not how that was supposed to end.
The rumor is someone just went and grabbed Hayden Christensen to start training.
For what?
Episode 8.
Really?
Bullshit.
Really?
Know. No one says it's people. No one's sure what it is. But anyways,
hold on. Hayden Christensen, I've seen him in other movies. Like he did a movie called Life as a House. That guy can really act. I don't know what the fuck he did for those.
I don't think that makes sense, but I don't think so. That's the only movie he's done since then.
He did Jumper after that.
Jumper sucked.
Jumper's okay.
So, regards to like the girlfriend thing, like we like, the girlfriends like the movies. Well, Carrie tried watching one. She didn't like it, and then, but before Carrie, so this is gonna sound weird. I actually had the most weirdest experience regarding Star Wars.
The most weird experience, okay.
Most weird experience. I was watching it, and my dad sat down with me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And he sat down with me, and he watched the first one, New Hope.
Yep.
Boom.
The real first one.
Or just Star Wars, by the way.
Just Star Wars.
Yeah.
And
well, now
then,
because there's all the A New Hope is what
none of the listeners,
clarifies
none of the listeners really know my dad. Mike knows my dad very well. Dan's met my dad.
I don't know. I wouldn't say I know your dad.
What did I call him for years?
Big bitch.
Bob the Big Bitch. Okay.
Nice.
But Bob's cool.
But anyways, so this was like, I think it was probably before Carrie and I were dating, and he sat down one day with me and he watched the first one. And then,
had he never seen it before, or was it like another?
I don't think he'd ever seen it before. I think he has.
Really?
I think he had seen it, but like it was just like one of those like
whatever kind
of. He was in his 20s at the Vietnam War, so he was just prior to that generation.
Yeah, so I guess that's true. Yeah.
So he watched it, and then I was like shocked. And he goes, "You gonna put in the next one?"
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, we talked about this.
And then he kept doing it for like
it's really cool
until I finished all 6.
So you kind of understand. So you did 4, 5, and 6.
No fucking way.
And it was weird.
It's really cool when you can when you feel like you're introducing someone to like Star Wars, because it's funny now because now my girlfriend, Mike, you're right. I don't
think it was prequels.
Yeah, well now my girlfriend's like, well, now I feel like I have to see the prequels. I'm like, well, you will be disappointed, but maybe you won't be as disappointed as like me and my friends.
The prequels. Sorry, it was before the prequels.
The prequels were disappointing. I mean, episode 3 was like okay because you really got to see the transition into Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, but
I thought episode 3 was okay.
Yeah, episode 3 was okay, but it should have been fucking awesome.
The thing is,
but it was so much better than fucking 2 and 1.
Well, episode 1 was like not good. Episode 2 was just not memorable at all. Yeah, and then episode 3 was like, oh well, this is okay. I mean, and then when when Disney bought out the whole franchise, everyone was like, oh, Disney's gonna ruin it. And I'm thinking to myself, like,
I think
you can't ruin it more than George Lucas ruined it with the first 3 prequels.
Episode 1 is fucking horrible. Episode 2 is so
Have you watched the Machete Cut?
Huh?
Machete Cut? Have you heard
No. The Machete Order or whatever.
Machete Order.
What?
Hold on. Yeah, explain it.
Sorry, explain it really quick, and then
you showed me, so you explain it.
Yeah, and then I want Mike to make his point.
The Machete Order is
I know the order is, if you watch episode 4, 5, then 2, 3, then 6.
2, 3, then 6. 6, the last episode.
Yes, and the reason why you watched it that way is because you watched episode 4, and then 5.
Yeah,
and so you get the surprise of the Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker story. Yeah,
that whole
intangible. And then if Luke's saying like, no, that's not true, that bullshit.
No.
So you watch 4 and 5 as like the flashback.
Okay.
To make some sense, because the first movie doesn't make midichlorians and fucking pod racer. Who gives a shit?
Oh my god, it makes you want to kill yourself.
Oh, it was so bad. And then after episode 6, you watch episode.
Like those were some serious disappointments. Like, oh, the Force is like a virus. It's like a disease.
It's like a fucking virus. Like really?
Like wow, kill me right now.
So you watch episode 2, then 3, then you see the conclusion.
And the worst part is that it makes sense, but it makes you want to kill yourself.
Dude, I don't think I could ever find a reason to watch those 5 movies in a day. But it would be awesome to do it, though.
Well, the thing about the original... not the original 3. The 3 prequels...
The original 3.
The original 3 prequels, as I'm holding up 4 fingers. The 3 prequels is that it does answer like kind of a lot of questions. It shows you...
It does show you that Darth Vader sucks. Because Darth Vader is an awesome character. And it's just like the Joker. If you show his what made him the Joker, it
takes
ruins
it away. Yeah, it takes it away a little bit.
I agree.
I mean, as a fan, it kind of is like, okay, that's cool. Oh, Darth Vader was just some like whiny little bitch.
A complete bitch.
Like, okay, that's cool. But I mean, it's cool to see how he's trained, Qui-Gon and all that stuff. I mean, that's cool. But at the same, I feel like you kind of need to see it almost as like a true Star Wars fan. But
but I feel like
it answers your questions. But then at the same time, it does take away from it. It
gives you answers, but it's still shitty answers.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the what was the theory? The machete
theory.
The machete theory. I mean, that's a great theory. But I feel like if you watch 4, 5, and 6. It's like you need to see 1, 2, and 3. You need to see how it all unfolds.
But
then it kind of ruins it for you.
But I submit that you don't need to see it.
Okay.
And the reason why I say it is it's like the Joker thing.
Or if you're a horror fan, it's kind of like the Michael Myers thing, where Rob Zombie took it and tried to show you all about Michael Myers and what he was about. Oh my
god!
That made you want to kill yourself. It's like, wow, this is horrible.
The whole purpose, right? The whole purpose of Halloween. Now, if you ever watched the fucking movie,
the original movie in the credits, he's the shape. He's the shape.
He's supposed to be a force of fucking nature.
You could put whatever you want on the mask because it's just your worst fear realized. That is what was scary about it. Is you didn't know, and then you find out he's like this whiny little fucking puke kid, and then he ends up growing up into this monster. It's like. Dude, that kid that they used in the movie was never going to grow up to be this like 6'8", 400-pound, 300-pound monster. Like, come on.
Everybody that watches Halloween series now.
Thanks, Rob Zombie, for fucking ruining Halloween for us.
The first one,
dude. Everybody that watches Halloween movies knows
the first one wasn't that bad, but then when you watch the second one,
shoot.
it makes you want to. Thank you. It makes you want to slit your fucking wrist in the bathtub. It's so bad.
Dude, everybody that watches the Halloween movies now knows that Michael Myers and Laurie Strode are brother and sister. But I submit that the first Halloween movie is fucking brilliant because, first of all, it's not a great film. But no
horror movie is going to be a great film. It's just supposed to, like, make you have a nightmare, make you feel that little bit of terror at some point.
But what made Michael Myers so great, it was Michael Myers, as you said, was the shape.
He was the shape. You could put that mask.
That
put
William Shatner mask, by the way.
Yeah, it was a William Shatner mask, which is hilarious because it has no defining features. But you could put whatever you wanted on that mask. That could be your abusive spouse, your abusive father, anything you want. Like, that could be something horrible to you.
Agreed.
And it was scary because you didn't know. That was what made it scary.
And the ending was so fucking weird. That movie ruled. And
it was fantastic.
For what it was a great fucking film. You know, and it was equally as great as the original, I'll say, maybe the second Friday the 13th, and the original Nightmare on Elm Street. It was equally great. These movies that fucking defined the slasher genre in the 80s. For sure.
Absolutely. I actually just watched the documentary Never Sleep Again, which was all about...
That's a good one. I saw that.
That was really good. I like how they went through each movie individually so you can kind of focus. I didn't realize the second one was so homoerotic until you kind of realized...
It's brutal.
When I first watched it, I was just like, wow, this is kind of scary. But now, when I watched that, I was like... Yeah, there's a lot of gay undertones in there. That's interesting.
All gay undertones.
Like, now, I don't know if I could watch that again.
A little uncomfortable.
Yeah, it is.
Which one was it?
And,
the sequel, the very first sequel.
Freddy 2.
Freddy's.
Oh, really?
Was it Freddy's Revenge?
I don't remember.
I think it was Freddy's Revenge. But yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street 2 had a lot of homosexual undertones. I guess the main, the male main character
was gay in real life.
Was gay. Actually has AIDS and everything. I guess.
I know that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. My girlfriend told me about that. But yeah, it was kind of weird because he considers himself one of the first like male scream queens, and the scene where the scene where the coach is in the showers and Freddy's got him tied up and they're like whipping his ass until it's fucking bloody red, and like there's a lot of homosexual undertones. It was actually considered one of the gayest horror movies of all time.
I think the gayest, yeah.
Yeah, and
as a kid, I remember being terrified.
Oh, I was scared to death, yeah. And it's funny because I guess it did really well in Europe where they appreciate that sort of thing a little bit more.
Of course.
Yeah, so, the first one...
That's awesome, honestly.
It is awesome. The first one did well, and then they expected... Wes Craven was like, they're never going to make a sequel to this. And when they made the sequel, he was kind of like, what? All right, whatever. That's fucking weird.
Money in the bank.
He was a producer on a third one, wasn't he?
He was the producer. He was involved in the movie for a little bit, and then had to, do some other project.
Okay.
So he kind of stepped away and let the directors and the other producers take hold of it, which is why it was kind of so good. But the second one they expected to do about 50 to 60% of the sales of the first Nightmare on Elm Street, and it did 150 or 200% of the sales, and they were like, "We really have something here." And it was honestly, it was all because of Robert Englund, who was actually the second Freddy that they had, because the first one was someone else. I forget who it was now. But they had to recast him. Yeah, they had to recast him, and I remember Wes Craven was kind of like, oh, I don't know if he's old enough, and it's like, well, I guess it doesn't matter because you're putting all this makeup on him.
Well, I heard that, and this maybe just whatever, is that the what fucked up the Freddy movies and all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies was the Schwarzenegger movies of the 80s, where he would kill someone and have some bad pun. You know what I mean? He would kill someone and all of a sudden, Freddy started having those bad puns. And then Freddy became the most interesting part of the movies.
Because he was all the personality, whereas like in the Halloween movies, there was no personality. No. And that's what made it scary, because there was nothing. He was the shape.
He was a force of nature.
There was nothing there. He was just this mechanism set into place that was going to kill you no matter what happened.
Yeah.
You could shoot him in the face.
You're right.
And he was going to kill you. It didn't matter what happened. Whereas with the Freddy movies, it became all about Robert Englund and the personality.
Yep.
So that's why it was entertaining, but maybe not quite so scary. I mean, when I watched it, I was young. I was probably like 6 years old or something stupid. So it scared me, but...
I think the first one I saw was either 3 or 4. It was the one where he was assembled in the graveyard. No, in the
I think that was
3. I think
3. It was the cars, the junkyard. Yeah, I think that was 3.
And I remember sitting there like being
that was terrifying.
Fucking terrified. I was like,
that was terrifying.
5 or 6 years old. I lost my fucking mind.
Well, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, I think, really took it to a different level. Well, they tried to.
Yeah.
With the effects and how he would manipulate kids, and I mean that was kind of all. That was a movie about how your parents didn't necessarily know what was best for you. Like, oh, just go to sleep. Everything will be okay. And
that's when they get killed, yeah.
That's when they get killed. So, Wes Craven talked about, I think it was a story that came out of Japan or somewhere in Asia where a kid didn't want to go to sleep. He was scared to go to sleep. And his parents got him prescribed sleeping pills. And he didn't sleep for like 2 or 3 days after that. And eventually he fell asleep and he died in his sleep, which was crazy. So he was clearly afraid of something. And the parents found like a coffee maker in his drawer with an extension cord, and they found all the pills he had hidden like in his pillowcase.
Yeah,
that's where Wes Craven came up with.
Watch that documentary; it's great.
It's really good. Yeah,
it was on Netflix. Is it still on there?
I believe it's still on Netflix, unless they've changed it in the last couple weeks or
check it out. It's awesome. It's lengthy and awesome.
It's like 4 hours long, but definitely at least the first 2 hours of it is very worthwhile. I think.
Yeah, really. Like the third film.
Oh yeah, Sean.
It's awesome.
It's very good.
Huh.
Yeah, I had no complaints.
I have no problem with like Japanese or anything like.
Well, I'm very into horror movies. Like my girlfriend is as well, and it's so hard to find a modern, current horror movie.
What do you think
really scares you?
What do you think the first American Grudge movie?
Oh, actually,
American Grudge movie?
The Grudge. So there's a Japanese film first.
Was it rated PG-13? I think it was rated PG-13, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
I think it was rated PG-13, and I kind of have an issue with horror movies that rate themselves like that, just because they can't. But they can't go over the line. They can't really extend that.
Well, I disagree, and let me explain my position on this film.
Okay.
Because I saw the original as well. I saw the American version first, to be fair, but then it was called Ju-On.
So the Japanese version or whatever it was.
And I feel like the American version was better, and a lot of people disagree. But my position is that I felt, especially having been to Japan several times. Mm-hmm. Is that like there was a sort of a xenophobia?
You've been several times to Japan?
I went 3 times.
Oh yeah. That you were. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But I felt the xenophobia aspect of the fact that you had Sarah Michelle Gellar character and you had Jason Barre's character. These Americans transplanted into Japan, the culture they don't understand, and they're in this situation that's beyond their control. Mm-hmm. I felt it was a little more scary.
Yeah.
And even though it was PG-13, or maybe it wasn't, either it was or it wasn't, I don't care.
It may not have been. I could be wrong, to be honest.
It had so little gore because you need the blood to make it scary.
Yeah.
And when I saw it in the theater, I was like, wow, this movie's fucked up. Well, I thought it was terrifying, honestly. And I was 17, 18.
Yeah, well, I'm going to half agree with you there because, I think, like with Eli Roth, he's got The Green Inferno coming out.
I want to see that so bad.
I want to see it so bad.
It's out now.
Is it out?
Yeah.
Oh, it came out just recently.
But it's going to be
last
limited
week
release.
or so. Yeah. So I think with him, a lot of the times, because he was involved in the Hostel films.
He did the first 2.
The first one was terrifying. I admit it was a new kind of concept that they had. But I feel like with him, a lot of it is just the gore.
Right.
And I feel like especially with the Green Inferno, it's going to be about the gore and about can you look at this can you not look away from this?
Well,
and that's not always necessary, like we were talking about with Halloween, which is The Shape. It wasn't necessarily the bloodiest, goriest film in the world, but it was friggin' terrifying.
Well, yesterday or today, something. Chris Jericho, he's a former WWF.
Yeah, yep.
He has a podcast, and he's had Eli Roth on it a couple times.
Oh, okay, cool.
This week's episode had Eli Roth on it. By the end of the episode, I listened to today. Mm-hmm. I want to watch that movie so fucking bad, it's ridiculous.
I keep seeing previews for it. I'm like, think about being trapped in South America and having an undiscovered tribe.
Look up Chris Jericho's podcast with Eli Roth, the one that came out this week.
I will definitely check that out.
When you're done, call me. We'll go see the movie. Seriously.
Well, it's good because my girlfriend does not want to see the movie. And
I'll go with you.
All right, awesome.
We'll go. Done.
It's a mandate then.
It is a mandate.
All right, perfect. Because my girlfriend doesn't want to see it, and I really do want to see it.
I didn't, and now I do.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
The way he talked about it and the way it got made, even if
they made it with a real South American tribe.
Even if the movie sucks, I want to see what the fuck he did.
Yeah,
Honestly.
yeah, oh yeah. I mean, he had to go to great lengths to film that that movie.
He went to talk to a tribe. They were going down to Amazon. He said, "What the fuck's that?" And some guy said, "Oh, that's the indigenous tribe." He said, "Can we talk to them?"
Let's talk to those guys.
Because the guy spoke the indigenous language of Chile or whatever the fuck it was.
That's part of the fear, is the unknown. These people have had very limited contact with the quote unquote civilized world.
Well,
so I think that that's what's scary about it, is you don't know. When you don't know, the unknown is, I feel like, in the human mind, is one of the most scary things. To people.
Well, I guess he walked around with the tribe, and everyone was super fucking friendly. Everything was cool.
Yeah.
And he said, "I want to film this shit here." And they said, "Well, we have to talk to the village elders."
Yeah.
And
the
he said,
tribe.
Well, figure what we got to do. So he left, whatever, and then they said, "Hey, we talked to the village elders. We talked to them. They didn't know what movies were. They didn't know what electricity is, but we got them on board." He said, "Well, what did you show them?" He said, "E.T. or whatever." He said, "We showed them some fucking demented, violent cannibal movie from the 70s.
Cannibal Holocaust, probably.
Something
like that.
Matt and Trey Parker.
Well, dude, Cannibal Holocaust was filmed literally
in the jungles.
In the jungles with an indigenous tribe.
Yes, I know.
And the director had to go to court and prove that
he didn't kill anyone.
These are the actors. I didn't actually kill anybody. They'll testify that they acted in the movie, which I think is friggin' crazy. You have to go to court for that?
I'll get back to my story in a second, but what he did, all of the principal actors were all unknowns. He made them sign contracts.
Is this in the original movie?
The original one.
Okay.
He made them sign contracts. They would not do films for an entire year. So they disappeared. So it adds to the mystique.
Yeah. And that's why horror can be so gratifying, is when it's the unknown. I feel like is the scariest fucking thing for human beings to deal with, because as human beings, we've been to Mars, we've been to fucking Pluto at this point.
We've never been to Mars, really.
Well, you know what I mean. We feel human beings feel like we kind of know it all, we know the deal, but when it's the unknown, that's the scariest thing. Yeah. I mean, I think Albert Einstein said something like, we know 0.1%. We don't know
0.001, I think.
Yeah, we know 0.001% of anything. We don't know anything.
Yeah.
I mean, coming from a genius like that, it's just kind of yeah, you're right. We don't know shit. I mean, to think about this planet, how long we've been here, and how long we've had advanced technology. Think about the ocean floor. We haven't explored 99% of that, which is crazy. So I think the unknown is what really scares humanity, and I think that's cool.
We've never even seen a live giant squid.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that fucked?
And we know for a fact that they exist.
We've never seen one alive.
Never seen one alive.
Isn't that fucked?
Yep.
Human beings like to think they have it all figured out, but we don't.
No, of course not.
So when we don't know something, it's particularly scary.
Well, when they showed that tribe that film, Cannibal
Holocaust, I think it was called.
Yeah. When he found out that's what they showed him, he said, "Why would they show them?" And he said, "Don't worry. They thought it was the funniest fucking thing they've ever seen."
Yeah, exactly.
He said, they know pantomime or theater. They understand.
Oh, yeah, they understand acting. They understand just joking around.
So when they saw people getting their dicks chopped off, they thought it was fucking funny.
This is amazing.
And they're looking at the kids look at that. Look at that. They don't have those weird shit that we have in America about just shutting ourselves off to you can't watch that, you can't watch that.
Yeah, there's no such thing as that.
So he filmed this whole thing in this indigenous tribe. He built a little corpse type shrine, right by the water, because this tribe's right off the Amazon, right off the water, right?
Yeah,
you need water to survive, right? And this Christian fucking missionary group showed up at the fucking camp to preach to these assholes. Or these people, sorry.
These people.
No, you're fine.
So they're people.
Yeah. And they didn't realize there was a film being made.
Sort of.
And they saw this shrine of skulls and bodies, and they were losing their fucking minds. They showed up as some bizarre cult. And Eli Roth went to go, because it's an Eli Roth film, he went to go talk to them, and the village elders had to stop him and said, this is our business. And
don't you worry about this.
Yeah, dude. Check out that podcast, both of you guys. It's awesome. Eli Roth.
Chris Jericho?
The Chris Jericho podcast.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Really?
Yeah, it's
I
awesome.
have to go use the urinal again.
So do I. Shit.
I'm going first.
All right,
he goes first.
All right, I'll be right back. You guys change the subject while I'm
going. Oh, we'll change the subject. Subject matter could be, I don't know, the next thing I want to talk about is, actually, real quick, They just announced a bunch of Luke Cage.
That's right. Yep.
And it looked like it was all very much posed.
Yeah, it seemed very. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was Netflix. You know what? You know what? Maybe a little bit awkward about that was.
What's that?
There's been never any of that pose stuff with Jessica Jones.
Nope. Very weird. Jessica Jones is very closed off.
It's very closed off. So it's like, is it gonna suck?
I don't know. I wonder if they're worried that they don't have anything that's super like pose worthy.
But they had poses with him.
I wonder like if they're gonna do like 13 episodes, if they didn't have material to work with, they wouldn't do it at all.
Right. Like, do you think Jessica Jones is gonna be great?
I think it's gonna be good.
I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Like if it's the same production as Daredevil, like Netflix would not have. Then again, imagine the Netflix deal. Like they have no idea who's going. I'm sure at the time, like Netflix was probably like, so Dan, you like Daredevil a lot.
Yeah, I think Daredevil was an awesome show.
Like Mike and I were just discussing like Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
The newest Netflix. Grab whatever you want right there.
That wasn't my fault.
Yeah, it's fine. Grab whatever you want.
I'm probably gonna grab another Blue Moon.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Hey, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you grab me one of those green beers on the doors? Yes.
One of these guys?
Yes.
Nice.
Finest kind IPA.
Another IPA for you, huh, my man?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Jessica Jones and Luke Cage are the next Netflix Marvel shows.
Yeah.
And we were both talking about the latest guy being Luke Cage, where they just showed a bunch of like promo shots and stuff like that. Like Netflix released a bunch of pictures, and actually I don't even know if it was official pictures. They showed a bunch of good pictures, and like they look like really good pictures. But looking back, Jessica Jones, they showed nothing. So it's like
that's interesting.
We're worried if this like Jessica Jones is gonna be shit.
Like, or has like a really like a more minor role than they kind of make it out to be.
But Jessica Jones, Luke Cage is going to be in it, and then after that, Luke Cage has his own series, which is what they're filming right now.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's interesting that Netflix has come out with so much.
I don't understand how they make so much money.
Well, I understand. Well, actually, I don't really understand. I think
ads?
That's the thing. I think a lot of people are subscribed. I mean,
subscribed.
Is that what I said?
Is it subscribed?
Oh, okay, Mike. You can just open that.
Okay,
That's
thank
fine.
you. I subscribed. Did I say it right that time? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, really.
I don't know how Netflix makes all their money, but the stuff that they put out, I think, is fantastic.
No, it is. I still don't understand how. I don't understand how Netflix makes any money.
Yeah, I mean, originally it was like this service that sent you DVDs in the mail.
It was great.
And it was fantastic. And now it's mostly streaming, I feel like. I feel like a lot of...
It's all streaming.
Do they send DVDs anymore?
I'm sure they do, but I don't know anyone that does it.
I don't know anybody who actually gets DVDs.
I actually just found out my uncle does it.
Really? Because
the thing was, I have
just the streaming service.
I got my uncle his subscription when like years and years and years ago. And then I bought him a Roku years and years ago.
Isn't the subscription like $8 or $10 a month or something?
Digital only is like $8.
$8, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean,
less than the cost of a pack of cigarettes.
And then I haven't seen my uncle.
Yeah,
and then I usually see my uncle every.
Netflix is much better for you.
I see my uncle once a year.
Yeah,
but that's because of family weird stuff.
Yeah.
So I saw him recently, and I was like, "Hey," and I was like, "What are you doing with the Roku?" And he's like, "I'm still getting Netflix." He's like, "I'm still doing it, just discs every as a really." He goes,
"Just discs?"
Yeah.
So my ex-girlfriend did that shit.
He's also the same guy that like he still does fantasy football, but no pads.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
He's old school. But when I got him,
that's in the age of like 1 week fantasy.
He went for like 6 months good with like the Roku. Mm-hmm. But like but the thing is he has like he goes through like times like top 100 movies or whatnot or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's how he does his Netflix queue.
Wow, that's amazing.
He's old school.
But that makes sense though.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I just I don't know how Netflix makes their money, but I think with all the shows that they've done, I mean, I think one of the first. It's funny because Arrested Development came back for their final season with Netflix, which
it's not even final yet.
They're going to do another one?
They said, yeah.
Honestly, I watched that season on Netflix, and I thought it was okay, because I had watched the previous seasons, and, I loved Arrested Development. I thought it was fantastic. Arrested Development's
awesome. It's so uncomfortable to watch, though. It's fucking demented.
Oh, yeah, which is why it's great, awesome. Though. It's why it's great. And then, I think Orange is the New Black does, has...
Does well.
It does awesome.
No, but I don't understand how Netflix makes their money.
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, I think they have that many subscribers.
But the thing is, but
they can allow up to 6 people per subscription.
No, but I don't understand how they do their subscription service.
It's only 2 screens now.
Because
it used to be different.
If you pay more, you get more streams.
They still advertise their shit like it's nobody's business. I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, they must be paying at least a couple of those chicks on Orange is the New Black some pretty serious... Not serious.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Not like Friends money where they're making $1 million an episode or anything like that. But they must have money to pay those girls. I mean, one of them, the girl that was on that 70s show for years and years, I mean, she must make a decent wage for that show. No, I doubt it. You don't think she makes a decent wage?
She does nothing else.
Yeah, but
no,
certain people must make something good, but
dude,
that was done 2 years ago.
I imagine that they do all the. I think their writers get paid a lot.
Yeah,
and I think they film everything.
I doubt their writers get paid shit.
No, in comparison, hold on. Let me I think that the writers get paid to get all 13 whatever episodes it is.
Yeah,
in the can
episodes or whatever.
The actors, I imagine they go through the episodes pretty quick in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they probably don't do a lot of takes. They probably are we need to get this done right now.
Not if they do a lot of takes. So the problem with the good thing about with Orange is the New Black is the set is very closed.
Right, but
they
film it really
so
fast.
They can't do a whole lot.
They film it really fast, so they can get it done in most television seasons. It's it is like 10 months of filming.
Right.
These shows, I'm sure they get them done in a month and a half or 2 months.
Right.
And probably. And I feel like probably the downfall of Netflix is that it's the whole season is available to you on this day at this time.
They're changing that now.
Yes. Oh, they are. That's probably smart.
Yeah, they did a show recently where they're releasing episodes periodically.
Okay, because I know I personally have watched Orange is the New Black, and I'll watch the whole season in a week or two.
Did you think the last season was a little shitty? Last season kind of sucked.
Well, my girlfriend liked it.
I thought they opened some.
Who liked it?
Shan liked it.
I thought they opened some good doors there.
Carrie liked it too.
They didn't close them. I thought that they
started
some things that they didn't really finish. Which makes you want to watch next season and see what happens.
No,
Shan did the thing where she watches the whole season 2 days. So
yeah,
it's easy to love it.
I feel like a lot of people do that, and that's why they're it's so good.
If last season they ended it, I'd be okay with it. Fuck it.
With them all, wasn't the final episode them all on
the
beach? They
escaped there was nothing. There was nothing.
The little lake
there was
or the
nothing.
pond. Yeah, which I kind of thought was a cop-out. I was like, okay, they're all happy in the moment.
Was it Shawshank Redemption?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well,
no, because
they leave the one girl, that 70s show, Laura Prepon. Yeah, she was getting beat up or raped or something.
Yeah,
I think she was getting beat up by.
No, she thought she was getting beat up.
Good call. She's a Scientologist.
Is she?
In real life, yeah.
In real life, she's a Scientologist?
Oh, sure.
My respect just went into the toilet for her.
And Danny Masterson.
I knew Danny Masterson was a Scientologist.
I think you got her into it.
Oh, that's sad.
His brother was fucking her for 5 years. Have you seen
Going Clear, the Scientology documentary?
Isn't that terrifying?
Dude.
Have you seen this shit, Sean? HBO.
Scientology, they make it look like they're being so popular, but they're actually going, their popularity is getting killed.
Did down toilet, for sure.
It is scary the way they... It's funny because they have people that had been in Scientology for a long time and then went clear.
20, 30 years?
Yeah, went clear, which is the highest level of Scientology, and then, they open this briefcase and it's handwritten notes by L. Ron Hubbard, basically saying that the evil Lord Xenu is going to blow up the earth and volcanoes, and these people felt like, oh my god, I've been fucking duped.
What the fuck?
I'm an idiot. how could I have believed in this crap?
Sean, it's an HBO documentary. You got to watch it.
It's really good. If you have HBO on demand, Going Clear, dude. Check that documentary out.
It's easy. It's like an hour and 20 minutes or something. I watched it at work once.
It's
outstanding.
Yeah. It's about an hour and a half, and I mean, they show like John Travolta, I thought, became a Scientologist. He's been a Scientologist since the get-go, and he like attributes that to all his success. Like, oh, well, I wouldn't have done Saturday Night Fever without Scientology. It's like, oh my god, dude! Like, it's scary shit. It is scary shit. What people fall into, man, it is scary.
Dude, it's brutal.
Oh my god.
You gotta watch it. I watched it at work.
Yeah, my girlfriend was like, "Oh, let's watch Going Clear. It's a Scientology documentary." I'm like, "Okay." I mean, I'm kind of curious. I know it's like kind of like a cultish thing.
Sean, you won't believe it, honestly.
It's some scary shit, Sean.
It's that fucked up.
People are absolutely... And the scary part is that they have these like super famous, super wealthy people that give huge donations of millions and millions of dollars to keep them going. And it's just like, no red flags are raised when the creator of the religion, quote unquote, is basically a failed science fiction writer. I mean, holy crap!
He's floating around the ocean in international water, so he can't be arrested.
Literally, I mean, you people can't see that this is a huge scam to steal your money. I mean, you have to pay money to get to these different levels of clarity or whatever.
I don't want to say every religion is like that, but a lot of them are. All of them are.
No, I don't want to say all of them are. I feel like Buddhism isn't necessarily like that.
Certain ones, for sure.
No, certain religions to the extreme are going to do that. I feel like even
like Jainists. The worst thing going to get from them is they're going to freak out about stepping on an ant. Those people are super fucking... The whole thing is no harm to anything or anyone.
Any super religious people are going to be real scary. Like, what's her name? The chick from Kentucky, Kim Davis.
Oh, God, it's awful. What a horrible human being.
Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you're Christian, so you don't believe in gay marriage. Well, you know what? If two gay people are going to get married, how does that affect you? Does that... Assuming that everything that you believe is correct... You're not the one having a homosexual relationship. It's not going to send you to hell. Why do you care? Why? Like, I just don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, people take this stuff to the extreme and they just make it so crazy. I feel like, a lot of the super religious people, they do that. But I feel like you're religious and you just believe like, this is what I'm going to do and this is my thing and I'm not going to impose it on other people. That's good for you. You know what I mean? Like, go right ahead. That's cool. But when you're at the point where you're, declining people, state-issued marriage licenses because it's quote-unquote against your religion, like, fuck you, man. Like, that doesn't affect you in any way, shape, or form. Like, you think God's going to send you to hell because you're issuing a state-approved marriage license for two homosexual men?
Have you looked at...
Who cares, dude?
Have you looked at the money situation where she lives? Like the average,
and she's been divorced like 3 times or something ridiculous. Like, you know what God says about like eating shellfish? Something like 47 times in the Bible it says like
you will die.
Yeah, eating shellfish will send you to hell. But I think like 3 or 4 times they mention in the Bible like homosexual relationships are wrong.
I think it's twice.
I think it's 3 times, but whatever. Like whatever. Yeah. It's like they mention eating shellfish or wearing fabrics
of mixed
fabric. Yeah, so like polyester and cotton. Oh my God, I'm going to hell. You know what I mean? Like, give me a fucking break. If you want to believe in what you believe, that's cool. I think that's awesome. Go right ahead.
Whatever makes you go to sleep at night.
But when you start imposing it on other people, like if 2 people love each other and say, "Hey, I want to get married." That's great.
But you have assholes like Jeb Bush and Mike Huckabee, like
oh my God, Mike Huckabee is like a monster. Like, dude, come on.
The things the Republican Party are spouting right now is like scary.
Dude, I think most politicians are pretty scary because it's just like they all are about control and power and what they want.
It's brutal. I've never seen anything this scary. The things I've been reading in the press, I cannot believe people are saying in public.
Oh my God, yeah. I think even the Democrats are I don't want to say equally as bad, but they're also very bad. I think Hillary Clinton is kind of honestly, and this is coming from me and Mike. You may have you may think I'm a Republican or a Libertarian.
I meant conservative.
Conservative, but you know what? I think Bernie Sanders would be a good.
He's the best. He's the best candidate right now. I
think if it were, I think if in the primaries, Bernie Sanders versus Rand Paul, I think no matter who won between the two of them as the presidency, some things would change. Whether you like it or not, I feel like
Rand
some things
Paul's
would be different.
horrible. I'm going with Ron Paul. I'm cool with Ron Paul.
Ron Paul's awesome, but do you think Rand Paul would be as bad as like a Jeb Bush or a Mike Huckabee? Honestly, I think Ben Carson would be
or
decent.
Donald Trump.
Ben Carson's better.
But some of the things that he's been saying lately, it's like, okay, dude, you need to kind of backtrack on that a little bit. But I think Bernie Sanders would be pretty good. I don't necessarily agree with all his points, but I think we need something. We need something different. We need something friggin' different.
I don't think that's necessarily true, and I'll explain why.
About needing something different, or
hold on, no, we do.
Yeah, I'm tired of the status quo. I'm tired of the Clinton, the Bush era. Like that's enough of that.
The problem is, and I know we joke about, we don't get that political here, but we'll do this real quick.
Yeah, we should stop talking about this, but I'm gonna.
Hold on.
Yeah, let's make. I'm
not here to make an argument. I'm here to state a position, and it's that Congress is a crock of shit.
Oh, and it has been for a fair amount of time.
It's so brutal that they go more toward ideology than ideas.
Yeah,
and they'll say, well, this is a Republican idea, squash anything the Democrats put out.
And I agree. I think the whole left versus right kind of thing that they do is stupid. It's
remember?
Well, I don't necessarily agree with this, but I'm a Republican, so I'm going to go with the Republican. It's like, just stop.
Even during Reagan's time, they worked together.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree. And it's like, people aren't willing to do that. It's like...
I love when someone says, Obama hasn't done anything. I'm like, every time he brings anything to Congress, the Republicans, which are the majority, squash it.
Oh, yeah. And what's funny is that, my family is I went to a cookout for my dad's side of the family. Most of them are conservative. A lot of them are, conservative Republicans. And, it's funny because a lot of them talk about stuff like this. And it's just, I feel like what you're saying to me, you know what I mean? And my dad, I told my dad, I said, Dad, I'm thinking just Bernie Sanders is kind of the way to go.
He's the guy.
And he kind of said, you know what? That's what your cousin Robert thinks. And I'm like, well, yeah, because he thinks a lot like me. Like, he's an independent thinker. He's not like a left versus right. And I'm talking to like one of my aunts, and I'm like, if it came down to Clinton versus Bush, I'm not going to vote. She's like, no, you need to vote for Bush.
No.
And I'm like, no, you don't understand. A non-vote isn't a wasted vote. It's me protesting, saying, this doesn't represent me.
I agree with you. I agree.
This does not represent who I am. And I'm not going to vote for someone just because... voting for the lesser of two evils is still voting for evil, and where has that ever gotten anyone?
I agree. And the two
you could vote for Hitler or Stalin. Who are you going to vote for? Like, well, you're both going to be in the
Stalin.
You're going to be in the dumpster no matter what you're voting for. So why the hell am I going to vote? I'm going to protest vote. No,
the two-party system is a fucking nightmare.
It's garbage. You look at every other country; they have multiple parties, and sometimes a lot. One party will have the majority, but there'll be other parties that have a say.
Who was that wacko from Vermont a few years ago? Like, whoa, guy, what was his name?
Was that Ric Flair?
No,
it was Ric Flair.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I know who you're talking. I know who you are talking about.
I remember that guy was like a top guy, and then he had that weird thing. He got too excited, and then we're not voting for that guy. I was like,
and that's what
happens.
Why? One little thing will just destroy someone's whole thing. You got to be
I had no issue with this guy. Honestly, I don't remember his politics now, but at the time I was like 19, so I probably cared more then. And I remember not thinking this guy had that many issues. I was like, it seems pretty fair. But he got so excited and so into what he was doing. People were like, yeah, we don't need this guy who likes it. I couldn't believe that he had a really good win in Vermont or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he got so excited that his fucking numbers dropped. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Do you want a politician that doesn't give a shit? What the fuck's wrong with you?
That's what I've noticed when a politician gets really passionate about a certain subject.
Yeah, people
are immediately like, well, fuck that guy. fuck that guy. He's not playing the politics game. It's like,
it's brutal.
Give me a fucking break. Honestly, man, you know what? I hope it's friggin' Bernie Sanders versus Donald Trump, because then Bernie Sanders is going to win in a goddamn landslide.
I hope so, but you think so? You think so? But fucking Christ, the numbers that are coming out from
it's insane.
You think in your head like Donald Trump's never going to win. He's never going to win, and then you keep seeing these polls that come out, and it's like,
what the fuck happened if Donald Trump wins?
I thought.
I moved to Australia.
I thought. Just moved to Canada. It's not.
Is this
that
Walking
bad up there.
Dead caliber? Is this what happens?
It's like, okay, people are going to vote for this billionaire that's
if
not
he wins,
in touch
then
with the average
lose.
Man.
Dude, people talk.
He's not going to be the president.
I heard someone say, "No, we need a businessman. We need a businessman." I'm like, let's look at the numbers here. All right, listen. Donald Trump inherited like $500,000 from his father.
Yeah,
right, and he has like $3 billion or something, right? So he increased his wealth by 6 times.
Economically, he's done well for himself.
Really? How much did you inherit from your father?
$0. Nothing.
$0. How much money do you have?
How much do I make a year? How much do I have in the bank?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You have made exponentially more money than you inherited from your father.
I make more than my father has probably ever made in year to year.
Isn't that amazing that you took by percentage way more than fucking that douchebag did?
Well, Mike, that's the thing, though, is if you have money, if you have $1 million to start, it's so much easier to make more millions of dollars.
Yeah, but you know what? Donald Trump didn't start with $1 million. He started with $500 million.
Yeah, $500 million. That's different.
So it's like,
if you start with $500 million, how do you make $6 billion? Oh, it's fucking easy.
It's very easy. And the way he makes his money is by understanding fucking the bankruptcy law. He files for bankruptcy like 6 times a year.
Oh, yeah, because...
Fuck him. We need a businessman, yeah.
I don't have to pay taxes if I file for bankruptcy.
Let's bankrupt America, you idiot. People are so fucking dumb. They're dumb they're as dumb as I wish McRae was, honestly.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Dan,
honestly,
we disagree on many issues, but you're not stupid.
No, thank you. I mean, I don't think I'm stupid. It's funny because, I don't have a college degree, and my girlfriend does have a college degree, and she'll say to me all the time, like, you're so smart. Like, you're smarter than me at a lot of things. And I look at her, and I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't matter because you have a fucking piece of paper to prove it. You did the work. I didn't do the work. But, at least I can have a conversation with people, and, regardless of how I vote, which is not Republican. Thank you, Michael. Are you sure? It's not Republican. I
thought it was.
Much to the chagrin of my mother and father, it's not Republican. I vote based on my conscience, man, and I think what's best for the common person who makes 40 or 50 grand a year is probably going to be Bernie Sanders. Do I think he's this economic genius? No. Do I think he's this perfect presidential candidate? Not necessarily at all. But do I think he's better than? And honestly, another thing that I mentioned this little cookout that I went to with lots of my conservative family members. I told them, I told my dad specifically because I didn't want to start this big debate. I was like, a lot of these Republicans and conservatives talk like, oh, Barack Obama's ruined this country. He's done all this bad stuff, and I say, you know what? He's been about par for the course. He's been a pretty decent president without being a horrible president, and I think that pisses a lot of my family off. And I'm just like, he hasn't done anything spectacular, but he hasn't done anything really terrible either. You look at George Bush, and there are people defending George Bush, and he ran the country into the toilet.
Well.
Hold
on. Now, I was not a George Bush.
We shouldn't be getting into political discussion.
I was not a George Bush guy. We'll end this now, real quick.
Fury is so upset that we're talking.
I was not a George Bush guy, but
not upset. But you're like,
what did George Bush
steer away from this?
What did Bush do personally?
I said away.
Personally?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I never voted for George Bush.
The president, neither did I. The president's one guy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Congress has a lot more control collectively.
They really do.
Oh, yeah.
I understand.
You need to pay attention to your senators and your congressmen before you're paying attention to the president.
And we'll agree there.
Oh, absolutely. I think we agree on more than you would think politically, Michael.
We disagree on guns.
Huh?
We disagree on guns.
Yeah, we do disagree on guns.
And the reason why we disagree is because I can read.
Oh. And on that note,
we'll move on.
Let's move on, you piece of garbage. Let's talk about Fear the Walking Dead next.
Yes, Fear the Walking Dead is actually a big thing I want to talk about because I have nothing.
You son of a bitch! I should have brought my gun and shot you with it.
Nobody else to talk about it. Dan, what do you think of Fear the Walking Dead?
What I feel, I really like The Walking Dead.
I do too.
I really like that show a lot. I feel like it's had its ups and downs, but overall, I feel like it becomes more than a zombie movie. It becomes about a drama of what people would do.
It makes sense
in a life and death situation, whether it's zombies or not. What people would do, the hard decisions you have to make.
Yeah.
Fear the Walking Dead so far, I kind of have mixed feelings on because I think the family that they're focusing on, the Spanish family, the Salazars, I believe. So far I like the father. But the family that they're focusing on, the mixed family, I think they're some of the most unlikable characters you could ever envision.
Unlikable for certain characters, like the
druggy kid. It's like he's a druggie, and then he's stealing fucking morphine from someone in serious pain.
I feel like that's so stupid.
Honestly, I think the mother is probably the most likable character.
She is
because she cares.
She is the most, and she's not also the most likable character. She's also the most known character. And
I think she's they made her into the strongest
but the druggy
character.
son is like the
druggy son is the one you're kind of like, I hope you die, and he'll probably live for 3 seasons.
I want you to fucking die.
Yeah, it's like he'll probably live for
the last episode when he's like just floating around the fucking pool. He's floating around the pool. He's like, oh, cool.
And you knew before they revealed he was stealing the morphine from the patient who needed it.
He's being cool. Oh, he's being a nice cool.
But in the back of your head, you were like, something's going on there.
Oh, that little piece of shit. Is just
it was brutal.
Underneath
and then you see he's sticking the morphine drip into his toe
into
or
his
whatever.
Fucking toe. Little piece of shit.
Dude, there's someone like suffering, and you're stealing their morphine from him.
And now he's gone.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is that the way they've set the show up is that you want to watch week to week to see what's going on, which is probably the sign of a good show. But the family, to me, they're a group of the most unlikable, stupid-ass characters. Maybe it's because I'm a fan of The Walking Dead.
The sister looks like fucking, what's her face? Megan Fox.
You think so?
A stupid Megan Fox.
I don't think she's as good looking as Megan Fox. She's a dumb bitch. Yeah, she's a dumb bitch. I think the whole family's a bunch of dumb bitches, which really...
the father, I don't think he's... Not the father, the
mother.
The mother and the father.
The father, I think, is kind of a dumb bitch. He's still clinging on
No, the father is not the Puerto Rican father.
Oh.
No. The Indian father.
The Indian father.
With his son.
See, I'm looking at the cast for the show real quick, and I like Kim Dickens a lot.
The blonde chick, yes.
She's a good actor.
That's who we were discussing.
I'm talking about her husband.
And I like Cliff Curtis a lot, too. Cliff Curtis is a good actor.
No, I think her husband is a pretty good... Like, I think he's like... No, he's definitely like... He hit a lot of parts where he could have been a bitch.
Well, he's almost like the anti-hero, where it's like he's doing... because you've seen The Walking Dead, you want him to just be like, no, man, you gotta be vicious. You gotta be brutal. You gotta just kill that motherfucker.
But that's what this face
But he's holding on to his humanity.
But that's what this motherfucker is doing, too. That's what the fucking other Spanish guy is doing.
Oh, the other Spanish guy.
The barbershop dad.
The barbershop dad is just like...
Is that guy there?
Shoot.
Cliff Curtis?
I gotta pee.
Cliff Curtis, I think, is kind of a douche.
I'm gonna go pee now.
I think... Good luck. I think Cliff Curtis is... he's the father of the mixed family. And, I feel like he's just trying to hold on to his humanity for too long. Well, not too long, I guess. It's like the first week of the zombie apocalypse, the end of the world. So he's the guy who's trying to hold on to his humanity. His wife is the one who's, we need to put this lady down. She's she's a zombie, basically, is what she's saying.
Well, in the show, does he play an American?
He plays an American, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Because he's a Kiwi in real life.
He's a what?
Kiwi.
Oh, yeah. And you can kind of tell, like, they make it like that. They make it like, oh, we're this mixed family. That's another thing that The Walking Dead tries so hard to do is, like, we're blended, we're mixed, we're 100% cultural. And it's like, sometimes they try too hard at that. But, I appreciate what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
But, that character in the show is just, we can't kill that person. There could be a cure, and like if you've watched The Walking Dead, you're like, no, there's no fucking cure, man. You need to hit that bitch in the head with a hammer and just end her existence because she's a zombie.
No, is this show a strict prequel or is there some parallels?
It's only a few episodes in, so right now it's a strict prequel, but there's supposed to be some parallels. It's supposed to intertwine. This is pretty much like the first week that it happens on the East Coast. On the West Coast. They're in California, and the wife is a school teacher. And, she starts to see, 50% of the kids aren't coming into class and things like that, basically. And, one of the students is like, no, the end of the world's going to happen fast. You don't understand. I need this knife, and blah, blah, blah. And, it's an interesting show, but to me, it hasn't quite caught on yet because the family is just the most unlikable group of characters you've ever witnessed.
No, they've only had 2 episodes.
I do like the father.
You like the father?
Yeah.
I think the father has potential, but to me, so far, I'm kind of like, my God, man, you're a goddamn schmuck. I think it's probably because of the fact that I've watched The Walking Dead, and they're not catering to the fans of The Walking Dead. They're trying to do their own thing, which I totally understand.
Next to the mother, the slut from Deadwood, I have no problem. The father seems like he's his head on straight. As for
he definitely has his head on straight, but I feel like he's also trying to be he's the one with the heart.
He is.
The one who's
Kim Dickens.
But no. But he also has
Dickens
more than the heart though,
Westwood?
because he was he's the one from Deadwood.
Deadwood.
But he was also there when he went to the army chief and he was like, hey, what are you doing? He was just fucking playing golf.
Oh yeah, and it's funny because I feel like that's how the military would be in that kind of situation. It would
I don't know about that though.
I don't know, man. I don't think everybody would be like that. If I was in the military, or if I was just a normal
How do you think you would be in
schmuck?
the military at that point?
If I was in the military, I would feel like I had pretty much absolute power. I mean, unless
you feel like you have power, but what do you like? Oh, I have kids. What the fuck?
Well, that would be different, if I would be looking out for their best interest before anybody else, which is, I think, what the father is probably trying to do. I think the show has a lot of potential. I think it'll be more interesting to see.
I think the big thing
where they push it.
Yeah, and I thought the big thing was the light.
Oh yeah, the son, the father's son, who was like, no, someone's signaling me.
And then when he
house.
finally started at the very end,
you see that basically the military is gunning them down, which I think that is kind of how it would go if it was the
right.
real.
No, I agree.
This is our safe zone. If you're not in the safe zone, we're gonna execute you, and I think that's kind of how it would probably go down.
But they were showing that she escaped for a while, and she saw what they actually did.
Yeah, which is they're mowing people down regardless of whether they're infected or not.
And the weird thing is we know that the infection isn't airborne. We know the infection isn't.
We know that everybody just has it, whether
right.
They get bit or not. They just die, and that's what happens to you. Which I think we'll probably never get an explanation of that because I don't think they're really going to have an explanation.
Will ever do that either.
Yeah, I mean, like we were talking about earlier, with horror, it's the fear of the unknown. When you die, you just become this mindless, flesh-hungry monster. And it is scary. And I think Fear the Walking Dead, the reason why I keep watching it is because it definitely has potential. But right now, the whole family almost, except for maybe the mother, even the father. I think the father has potential. But I think the whole family, I'm just kind of like, wow, I want you all to die, and I want the walkers to take over.
The one thing I will say is the son. The son, as much as he's a fucking
drug addict. The drug addict son. He's a personality.
His mother, I'll say this about the mother. The mother is probably doing what she wants to do because she's a mother.
Oh, absolutely. And actually, I think the interesting thing is that the other mother, the stepmother, if you will, the mother to the
the one that went,
the Spanish-looking mother. She's definitely Spanish, but the Spanish-looking
mother from,
but not the Salazar family.
Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, her exactly. I think she's interesting now because they've split her off from the group, and you're going to see if there really is a hospital or if they're just executing
people. I want to know, right? I want to see, and I'm pretty sure they are.
So,
I'm pretty sure. I think they're not executing people. I'm pretty sure they're going to be a hospital.
I think there's going to be a hospital where it's almost like the Germans happens in Nazi Germany, where
correct,
one lane goes one way, which is to the hospital, and the other lane goes to we're going to shoot you in the head and make sure you're not going to be causing us problems.
I agree.
So
it's going to be some
that's
kind of
why I keep watching, because I feel like it's going to be interesting. I feel like they're going to keep developing it. I think Kirkman, Kirkman's the creator,
Robert
right?
Kirkman.
Robert Kirkman. He's the one who did the comics. I think he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's coming.
He knows it's more about putting people in the position where they have to make that hard choice. Do I hang on to my humanity, or do I survive?
Like, if we had Robert Kirkman on this, if we had Robert Kirkman on this podcast,
someday
he would fit in so well. Like he's like one of us. He would just.
You don't know that. Maybe he's this monster who's like, I
like
touching children and killing people. That's what I do.
And I make money doing it.
I make so much money.
So much money.
Yeah, that's probably more like what he's like, actually.
Oh, probably. You're right.
So you don't know him.
Fine, I don't know him.
You think you know, but you have no idea. Fine. It's the real world.
Mike, shut up.
That was him.
Yeah, Mike hasn't said anything for like...
a few minutes, at least.
For like 45 minutes.
You're kidding.
No, it's been maybe 3 minutes since Mike said anything. Right. But I feel like I'm talking too much. Should I shut up?
No, you're fine.
Should I let you guys... This is your podcast. Should I let you guys talk?
We've had plenty of guests that don't talk at all.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
Why do you have someone on who's not going to talk?
We didn't know they weren't going to talk.
Who? Anyone you want to call
nope.
up? Okay, all right. You can tell me later when we're not recording.
You can go back and listen.
Okay, yeah. I try to, but my phone is a piece of crap.
We'll tell you
the
after.
S5, the Galaxy S5. This is just a promo for them. It's good for about 3 months, and then it's garbage after that.
Is that a Samsung product?
2? This is going to be a 2 episode.
That's a Samsung. No, it's a Samsung product you're at.
Yeah, Samsung.
Well, I like Samsung.
Why?
I don't
have Samsung, but I have my LG.
You have Google. Yeah, you're
still
Google.
my
you know what you should try an Apple product.
Oh, I did, and I gave up.
Yeah, my girlfriend's very addicted to the Apple products. You know,
the
iPad, the iPod, the iPhone.
I like my iPad. I like my iPhone quite a bit.
Which version of the iPhone do you have?
I have the 5S.
Mike, you know what I love?
Is the 6 the newest one, or is there a 6S?
The 6S is...
Okay, so you have like 2 versions before.
I want to have
2 years prior.
Okay, so it's like basically brand friggin' new.
Yeah. The new one just came out like today. The newest version came out...
Did it? That was the S, right? The 6S?
Yeah, 6S.
Okay.
6S.
So you have one... So your phone's really probably like about a year old.
I got it probably... No, I got it 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Yeah, you have the 5S.
Okay.
Yeah, I have the 5S.
That's
okay.
The year.
Oh, okay.
You have the year. 5S.
So, and the 6S is now.
Maybe a little over a year.
Oh, right. Sorry.
So I'm due for my upgrade pretty soon. So I'm gonna get I'm gonna do it to the 6S.
Are you the kind of person that upgrades every time, like every single time you have an upgrade, maybe even earlier, or do you wait?
Every S.
No, because I had the 4, and the next one I got was the 5S.
Oh, okay. So you waited a little bit.
When the 5 came out, everyone's like, "Oh, I'm gonna
so amazing."
And I was like, hey, my 4 is still good enough. I like my 4.
That's how I feel. I'll ride my phone as long as I can. And usually they make it like they purposely design the phone so like 3 months after the very newest version comes out, they're like, "Oh, your phone's a piece of shit now." And it's like, I can't get the internet on my phone.
You will hate it.
It's the worst.
They do that on purpose. It's fucking unbridled capitalism, and it's like.
Have you seen the numbers?
Are you doing this on purpose?
Have you seen the numbers as far as like our United States LTE? It's like the worst in the world.
Oh yeah,
really?
I haven't.
Yeah, some shit. It's horrible. Like 3G, whatever, in Korea back in 2008 would fucking blow our minds right now.
Yeah, what's funny is that if you have 3G now, you're like, what the fuck? My phone isn't even like loading anything. But 5 years ago, if you had 3G, you were like, this is fucking lightning fast.
But it wasn't.
No, it was not.
I submit right now, the 3G 5 years ago is the exact same as 4G right now. I submit that for sure.
In Japan.
No. In America.
General.
In America.
In general. I'm not.
That's bullshit. Sean,
Bullshit.
No, but when on your phone...
I'll call bullshit.
I'll
call bullshit.
Okay, I'm going to allow you to call bullshit. But I think that when it says 3G now... It's not the same as when you had 3G friggin' a few years ago.
I'm going to say...
someone said...
When you have 3G now, it's like your phone's not moving. It's like...
3G means 3G. No, 3G means third generation.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean shit.
No, I'm gonna agree.
Oh, no, we get that.
Yeah, when my brother has 3G on his phone because he doesn't have 4G for whatever he is.
He doesn't have 4G like as part of the plan?
No, he has 4G. But some places you don't get all 4G.
Absolutely.
Oh, no, for sure.
When it says he has 3G, it means fuck off.
Oh no,
that's
for
what
sure.
that means.
Put your phone away, bro. It's not meant to be. That's what that meant. That's what that means.
And when I had 3G, that's what 2G meant.
5G is coming, motherfuckers.
Yeah, you know what that means? It means that 5G will be the same as 4G.
It means you're going to be so goddamn spoiled by 5G that when you get 4G and you think it's awesome now, you're going to think it's a fucking dirty piece of shit now.
And yet again,
compared to 5G.
Yet again, I disagree with Dan. And He's
disagreeing with me. I thought we were on the same page.
No, we sort of are.
Okay.
I think that, and I think when 5G comes out, a year later, 5G is going to be the same as 4G a couple years ago.
I'm not even disagreeing with you. I think we're on the same page.
Then we are.
I think we're wording it differently.
If what I said is anything within the ballpark of what you think, then we agree.
I think when 5G...
I'm going to pound it because I don't even know what's happening right now.
Want to pound it later?
4G right now is like...
Your butthole or my butthole?
Let's flip a coin.
When 5G, like
50,
888 megabits a second comes out, like, that's just ridiculous. Like, for cellular.
So I remember being in San Diego.
Oh, no, I believe you.
I believe that you remember what was happening in San Diego when you were there.
You'd be wrong. I was so fucking drunk.
He's making shit up right now.
No, I remember.
You're gonna let him say this publicly?
No, I had a plan in Hawaii with the Hawaii service. It was brutal.
I was gonna ask.
Wait, are you talking about top secret stuff?
No, it was.
Everything forward is super top secret.
Well, I had like Verizon or some shit.
And do you have Verizon now?
No. This is in 2007.
Native Verizon, top secret Verizon.
So I jumped in the pool when I was wrecked, and my phone was in my pocket. This is back in my day.
Super top secret Verizon.
I'll flip phone. So
don't tell.
I tried to buy a new one. It was like
super Verizon.
I tried to buy a new. The same thing I bought. It was like $90 to get a new fucking flip phone. I was like,
a flip phone?
Yeah.
When was this? 2009?
2008, 2009.
Verizon were like,
what?
It was brutal.
And you get a flip phone? That should be free.
But then a week.
Those
later,
are garbage. I work with a kid who's still got a flip phone.
I bought
then
3 in a month.
Oh, you know, someone with penguins.
3 flip phones?
Take Verizon.
Bought 3 in a month.
What the fuck? I would have killed somebody.
I did.
I would have suicide bombed like a Verizon store to make a point.
And so,
I'm just kidding. If the government is listening to this, I would not have suicide bombed anyone. I'm an American. I was born here, and I wouldn't do anything like that.
I had like T-Mobile. I had something that wasn't.
You're poking me, but the government could be watching, could be listening to everything that we say.
I was in San Diego, and I was walking around, and I went to an AT&T store.
Was this when you were in the Navy?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is in 2008 or something.
Yeah.
And the 3G had come out that day.
Really?
3G.
That has only been around since then?
The 3G.
We're so spoiled that we think, every 3 years there's a new.
This might have been 2009. Whatever it was.
Still, though.
But
it's 2015. That's fucking 6 years ago.
What the fuck is 3G?
3G? That makes me want to kill myself. Oh, I only have 3G. Like, I want to smash my phone on the pavement.
I hate 3G.
Everybody does. Okay, go ahead.
I can't do fantasy.
Let Michael make his point. We're interrupting him. I was at the
store, and they said, we have the iPhone for $99.
So that's
and I was like, I just bought a phone a week ago in Hawaii for $89.
When did you leave Hawaii, for good?
2012.
2012, okay.
And so, but I was talking to this guy, and...
Were you living there permanently at the time in 2009?
Yes, I was.
And
I was in the Navy. I got out of the Navy in 2011. I lived there for a full year after I got out.
So from 2011 to 2012, you were full-time in Hawaii, but you were back and forth in the 2009 era.
Yeah, I was going from port to port. I was active duty. That's what you do.
Every time I come, I produce a quart.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And
go ahead. You were
I'm talking to this guy in San Diego, and he's like, well, the iPhone 3 just went down to $99. I was like, I was like, Jesus Christ! I spent $89 for this piece of shit
for some garbage. Samsung phone, probably.
So I said, "Fuck it," and it was a Samsung actually, but it was a flip phone. And it was fine. It really was. It was fine for what I knew cell phones to be. It was fine.
It wasn't the worst phone you ever had.
Well, no. So I got my iPhone, and what sucks is I don't know if you know where San Diego is, but you can any way you piss in San Diego in public, you might be hitting Mexico.
I was like, did you get arrested for pissing in public? Because we've done it in Boston and not been arrested.
1,000 times. We've crushed streams like Ghostbusters style.
Maybe 700 times. Maybe not 1,000.
Dan, don't be modest.
Okay, probably more like 2,000. Okay, go ahead.
But, like, I got this fucking phone.
But it's been years.
And you're so close to Mexico that you're walking around and you lose service because you pick up Mexico service.
Because you're in Mexico.
Right. But my iPhone...
Is San Diego that close to Mexico?
It's ridiculous.
I know it's very Southern California, but, like, could you, like, catch a donkey show in San Diego?
I don't know, but I do know I would consistently get Mexico service.
As someone who's never been in the Navy... Navy? That's the opposite of what I wanted to say.
Someone who's never been in the Navy.
As someone who's been in the Navy, you've...
No.
Tell us about your donkey shows.
Can you wink at me in case it's just because your girlfriend is upstairs?
And actually,
your fiance. I know you hate when you say that, but I know she likes
in the donkey shows,
she can't hear us.
Can you also wink at us and be like, "I've never sucked on a dude's dick"?
I would watch a donkey show.
I've seen some shit.
He winked.
I don't think he's blinked in like 2 hours.
I have seen some shit that is unbelievable, but a donkey show wasn't one of them, and that's very honest. No blinky, whatever.
Have you seen some shit in the Navy that's unbelievable? Is it because you were in the Navy, or is it just because you're a human being?
No, I think it's partly because I'm a human being, and partly because of where I was.
Because there's some things that I haven't seen that I wish I've seen, but at this point in my life, it's like it's probably never going to happen.
Dan, one thing I've brought up multiple times in my life, and to this day, Sean can vouch for this.
You've never had a gay lover?
Or any lover.
Well, I know that's incorrect. We've shared lovers.
Go on.
You, Sean Fury.
He's never loved me. He's never totally loved me.
In that. You can't pour that into my glass.
No, I've seen some shit that's fucking bizarre. And
could you explain at least a little bit of that shit?
Well, I mean, like, just weird shit. I don't know. I mean...
I like really weird, sexual, dirty shit. I mean, it makes me smile.
I don't know.
It makes me live vicariously through Michael a little bit.
There was something I was going to say, and I don't remember what it was anymore, because I got sidetracked a little bit when you said something about sharing lovers.
Like I envisioned.
Tell us about that time you kissed that guy.
Have you ever seen, like, any... I'm not going to talk.
What have I seen?
I don't know. Some, like, animal on... Anybody...
No. I mean, I've been in normal...
Because that would probably scar me for life.
I've been in normal places, man. I mean, I've been to... I mean...
Well, normal for you might not be normal for me. I've never been, like, west of New York, man.
What?
I've never been west of New York.
Dan,
for real?
I've been, like, to Montreal all the way to Miami and the Caribbean. I've never been west of New York City. Dan, unless, like, Reading, Pennsylvania.
Get out of
counts.
here.
No, really, I've never been west. I've been all down the East Coast,
Why?
all the way into the Caribbean. I don't know.
Dan,
I'd love to go to Europe and to go to the West Coast.
Why haven't you gone to Europe?
You travel for work. I stay in one place.
No, I get that, but
yeah, Sean, how many vacations have you paid for out of your own pocket?
Yeah,
Europe?
suck a dick.
Okay, let me see that.
Honestly,
vacations, they don't count as vacations.
Well,
did you pay out of your own pocket?
They don't, but you've been to places.
Yeah, for sure.
For work that you've been able to do a little recreational stuff for.
Most of the places that I've gone to,
you've worked, but you've done recreational things.
I've drank there.
That sounds recreational.
That sounds a lot like a recreational
drank
thing.
in those things is like me drinking in like a fucking bar. Like
I work in an assisted living home. Drinking is not part of my job description.
Let me put this
ever.
Dan, do you watch Flash and Arrow?
Do I watch what?
Flash and Arrow.
Oh, I actually don't. I want to get into Flash more than I want to get into Arrow for some reason.
Because Flash is so much better.
I'm guessing you guys disagree?
Yes.
You like Arrow better?
Yes.
Explain to me, Flash is in what?
Don't get me wrong. They're both great shows.
Okay. Flash is in its third. It's done 3 seasons.
No.
I mean, Arrow
is
done 3
seasons.
It's on its fourth.
And Flash is on its.
It's about to start second.
But Dan,
second season. Okay, that's what I thought.
But Dan, they're both in the same universe.
They cross streams a lot.
Yeah.
Really?
And Flash started
a lot.
on
Hold on.
started on Arrow.
And the current season, like the previous season.
Okay.
Hold
show, the current season of each show.
Barry Allen, The Flash.
Yeah.
His first appearance was Arrow season 2.
Okay.
And then
so a year before. Well, no, is it a year before or the same season?
No. He Flash episode 1 started at Arrow season 3 episode 1.
Okay.
So he appeared first, like 11 episodes prior, in Arrow. But he wasn't the Flash yet. He was just Barry Allen.
He was just Barry Allen.
Yeah.
Before he got
powers.
Because our mutual friend Joel has told me that I need to watch Arrow, which immediately makes me not want to watch Arrow.
No. You need to watch Arrow and Flash.
Because it's Joel.
I
hope he's listening too. I had no intention of bailing at any point. You asked me and I was like, hell yeah, I'm fucking honored. This is amazing. I don't care if 4 people are listening to this or will listen to this.
4 people.
He's really ambitious.
Yeah, you're very ambitious.
Well,
there's
knowing that I'm on, you know that I'm gonna be listening.
It's probably Joel.
Promote
really
on Facebook,
I will. How long have you guys been doing Nerdsense?
Last May.
Before Kaylee was.
So not quite a year.
No,
it's
over
a year.
Over a year. Okay.
Over a year.
Because I caught on not.
It's been pretty off and on though, honestly.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You guys have been solid for the last several months anyway, though.
Yeah,
at least I feel like
we've been good for a while.
We're pretty good.
I've been a fan for.
We've been pretty good.
A fan who hasn't listened to any of the podcasts, but I've been a fan on Facebook.
Honestly, and I brought this up several times. It's great because for a while, Josh was doing this pretty frequently. My brother was doing this with us frequently.
I know Josh.
But we drink. We have a good time.
How is Josh, by the way?
Josh is doing very well, I think.
Awesome.
He's my roommate, by the way.
Yeah, where are you guys? Like, you guys living in Lowell?
We live in the Highlands over there.
I'm so
off
sorry.
Westford Street. I know.
Off Westford? Closer
Bad.
to the Asian end or closer to the Jewish, nicer end?
The Asian end.
Okay, I'm so sorry then.
My girlfriend's parents own the house.
Oh, that's not too bad then. How is it?
It's
two bedrooms, 3 bedroom? It's expensive?
Yeah.
And they're the landlords?
Yeah, because her dad's in Cambodia building a fucking... Her dad's like 76 years
Her
old.
dad's a smart Cambodian making some money off of some real estate property he invested in,
much,
basically. Yeah, that sounds like a typical smart Cambodian to me.
Well, he's in Cambodia building a hotel.
Oh, he's in Cambodia? Wow,
right now.
That's cool, man.
And my girlfriend's like covering everything.
So she's like, you better pay the rent, Michael, or else I will fucking bite your nuts off.
No, we're not... When he's there, we pay rent. When he's away, my girlfriend gets fucked over and pays everything.
Really?
It's brutal, yeah.
Well,
it really sucks.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, it's no.
For no one.
No.
No.
But we moved. We were living over in Centerville.
You gotta get out of Lowell. No, I mean,
no.
I grew up in Lowell. I spent my first 22 years or whatever of my life in Lowell, and I'm a firm believer you need to get the hell out of Lowell.
We moved back because...
No offense. I know you bought a home in Lowell, Sean.
No, but we moved back then because my
about.
brother was in a shitty situation, and we brought him in as a roommate.
So your brother is your roommate now.
So we helped him out.
Is it a 3-bedroom or a 2-bedroom?
2-bedroom.
Okay. So he's got 1 bedroom.
2
and
and a quarter bedroom.
Okay. Like an office kind of room. Yeah.
Small.
Yeah, I'm in a 2-bedroom. It's just the 2 of us, but with the 2 dogs, so it's kind of annoying.
Want 3 roommates?
From that
you have 3 roommates?
Me, my girlfriend, and my brother.
Oh, okay. You don't count as one of your own roommates, you know.
I said, do you want 3 roommates?
Oh no, I don't.
You want to correct that statement?
I don't want any roommates.
You
can move in. That's fine.
Your rooms seem pretty good. Are you still in the same place?
Yeah. You helped me. Thank you, by the way. You helped me move in there.
So I was asking. You seem fine.
Yeah, there's a lot of heroin dealers. Well, we believe it's heroin.
Well, I heard about that. Yeah.
Well, we believe it's heroin, but there's definitely a lot of drug dealers in the building in which I work, in which I live. Yeah. So there's that, but it makes us look like the good tenants. So It's like, okay, the guys on the first floor, they deal heroin. We're cool, right? I mean, yeah, we have 2 dogs, and we're only supposed to have 1, but the people on the first floor deal heroin. we're almost positive it's heroin, but it's definitely some kind of drugs. We've walked like almost like into their drug deals before. They're cool people. Yeah. They're fine. But as soon as like some people drive up with AK-47s shooting up the building because of drug related issues,
of course,
then we're not going to be too happy with the first floor people.
Of course not. No, of course not. Of course
so
not.
Owning your own home, at least you don't have to deal with the heroin dealers downstairs.
Not really. But no, I don't want any of that. I don't want any of that.
I thought we were drink that. That was some awkward
Mike, I don't know about you, but I think this podcast has been one of the better ones we've had, but it's also been all over the place.
This is more schizophrenic than the last one, but it's been so much fun.
I'm sorry for making it fun, but also
this is going to be a two-parter.
It's definitely going to be a two-parter.
Two-parter for sure.
It's been probably 2.5 hours.
We have the easy cutoff point too.
We know the cutoff point's going to be
which is like an hour ago. So everything I say now will just get cut off.
I'm bumping my head. I'm going to suck Dan's dick.
So, let's cut off now then.
This is Sean.
And this is Mike. And this is Nerdsense.
No, cut off now. All right. You want to cut off now? Or do you want to
I don't care.
Dan, we have you back.
Else?
Sooner rather than later.
No, that's cool. Yeah, no, dude, I love you guys. We don't hang out enough, and it's disappointing that we're all really. I'm not going to play the blame on anybody else. It's my fault. I'm very busy, and I don't make enough time.
Well, I've often talked about this, and I almost every other episode I say this podcast is fun. We make no money off it, and we put a lot of time into it.
Yeah, but you know what?
But this is for me designated hangout time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you were doing it just to try to make money, then it wouldn't be good and it wouldn't be fun. And
we lose money.
It would be it'd be a huge waste of your time.
I mean,
if you're doing it just exclusively for fun and then can eventually make a couple cents off of advertisement money, then that's cool. I think that's that's like bonus.
These microphones, these mic booms, these pop filters.
I bet this all costs.